because I wanted to talk about, let's just pull the Band-Aid off right now, the 49ers and the Rams. Put up 6 points. They put up 6 points against the Rams. Rams win 12-6. It's funny because the in the hunt for the playoffs visual still has the 49ers on there. There's this crazy scenario where they win out, everyone else basically loses out. The Commanders would have to not win another game this year, and the 49ers would get that last spot in the playoffs. But the season's over. It's been a mess. Debo Samuel is complaining that he's not getting touches. He's getting community noted that he actually has the most drops on the team. And then he goes out there, does nothing, and drops a potentially game-winning touchdown. Where did it all go wrong for the 49ers this year? And is there hope?
There is, for this season, there's no hope. Like, this is it. It's done. Season's over. Congratulations. Hey, let's pat ourselves on the back. We made it through. Moving forward, obviously, there's going to have to be a major shift somewhere in this roster because it's a lot of highly paid guys. There's a lot of aging guys, and there's a lot of question marks as far as what direction are we going to take this in. And I think where this went wrong was right off the bat. Like, we had immediately question mark with Christian McCaffrey. When is he going to be back? We don't really know. They took it all the way up until a game time decision week 1, and then they put him on IR. Like, that was very ominous. And it's like, okay, what is going on here? Your first round draft pick gets shot. That's crazy. Like, it's just all these things that are adding up. And it's a team that had already been through a lot emotionally year after year after year, not getting over that hump and winning the Super Bowl. And it's like, how many times can you get through that and actually persevere, or it breaks you? And it broke this team this year.
Yeah, and what made me kind of irritated being a fan of the team is the players saying, like, coming into this game, like, oh, we kind of got the wake up call, and like last week we answered the bell, and now we're feeling really good, and it felt like we needed that kick to get going. And it's like, you should have had that kick a long time ago in the season. The fact that you think you could have, coasted in the season this long to then be like, well, let's turn it on now in order to get in the playoffs. Like, I feel like that was their attitude all season of, well, listen, we're going to win enough games to get in the playoffs, so let's not panic. And it kept not happening. And then close loss after close loss. I think Shanahan has been out coached almost every game that they've lost, and it just hasn't been working. Going into an offseason where they have to pay Brock, and now you have conflicting reports where one report kind of coming from the team is saying, well, we think he's going to take like 50 mil and be okay. Another report saying he wants top of the quarterback market. He's not going to budge. So now there's going to be another thing where the 49ers are going to go into training camp in this contract dispute with one of their best players. And that's what's really, I think, killed them in these seasons where, like, let's just get the fucking deal done and get everyone in the building. Like, we had to do it with Bosa. We had to do it with Debo. We had to do it with Ayuk. Like, at the end of the day, other than the Ayuk thing, which I think they won in that situation, but you didn't get him in camp, you're going to have to pay him. He's a quarterback. Just pay him and let's move on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm seeing dumbasses on Twitter being like, he's probably going to take, I think they'll hardball him and he'll take like 35 mil. You're a fucking stupid bastard.
Someone said 4 years, 100 mil.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're an idiot.
Maybe 2 years, 100 mil, maybe.
Yeah, you're so dumb. If I'm Brock Purdy, there's no way I'm budging off of it. If Dak Prescott can get a mega deal, I beat Dak Prescott multiple times. Like, if I'm Brock Purdy, I'm like, all right, well, that's my thing. I'm gonna beat Dak Prescott. Like, I've beat him on the field. I should beat him in contract. There's no reason that I should not be paid top dollar. If not, okay, then we'll go ahead and part ways. I'll shake your hand. It'll be an amicable split, but someone else is gonna pay, and someone will pay Brock Purdy. That's the thing we've seen with all these guys that are very capable quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins, again, off of Achilles, gets paid mega buku bucks. Like, Dak Prescott, who's coming off of a playoff blowout, got paid big bucks. Like, quarterbacks do not take pay cuts unless you're Tom Brady and you have a supermodel wife that is the breadwinner. You are not taking a pay cut. There is no way that he is taking 40 mil. There is no way that he is taking anything than top dollar.
Yeah, and I saw people try to argue like, well, Brock doesn't have any leverage because what other team would like trade for him or sign him and pay him over $50 million? I'm looking around like there's teams that need
Fucking
quarterbacks, and
lot.
there's not a lot of quarterbacks on the market. And what you're gonna tell me that he doesn't have the leverage? What are the 49ers gonna do? Draft DJ Uiagalelei and be like, okay, let's
Yeah.
try it with this guy and see if he works out and be a franchise guy. Like, who are they gonna Carson Beck? Like, there's no one in the draft that they could possibly get that you're banking on being a starting quarterback in the NFL. And maybe they can franchise tag him and then go into these next 2 years and be like, all right, well, maybe there's a better draft that we can, try to figure it out. But no, I think he holds all the leverage because they're in a spot where they're in a win now mode and he is their franchise quarterback.
Yeah, they can't pivot unless they go and call Sam Darnold up again. They call Kirk Cousins. Like, unless they do that, they do not have a viable quarterback behind Brock Purdy. We've seen it. Like, we know Brandon Allen is not the guy. We know Josh Dobbs has a 3-game stint in him at most. Like, there is not another guy unless you go again and you make a lateral move and you go and sign someone else. Like, I just think that Brock Purdy would get paid top dollar from numerous teams.